Anyway, as you may have guessed, it may be a little bit confusing for you to see this flag, which is, not really looking like Russian one, but I'll tell you later why. My name is Tim. Most of you know me like Tim, but my normal name is Tamerlan because, Americans are pretty bad at remembering names. I just use Tim. So I'm a little bit sick, so please don't judge me too strictly. Maybe I hope that this won't affect the presentation's quality. So I'm going to talk about Chechen Republic. Russia is a huge country, as you know. So Russia has about 200 national ethnic groups, and I'm representing the fourth biggest one of these groups. This is the Chechen nation. Obviously, after Russians, Tatars, and Bashirs were the fourth nation, and Chechnya is located in the south of Russia. This blue pattern that I used is the Chechen national decoration. It's not a PowerPoint trick, so I just designed it like that. And let's get it started now. This is like the basic geographical information so that you can have some facts about where Chechnya is and where Moscow is. And Chechnya is, as you see, in the south, and here's a little bit closer picture where you can see that Chechnya is bordering with Georgia and several other republics in Russia, in the south of Russia. Caspian Sea is about 3 hours of drive from Chechnya. So, the capital of Chechnya is Grozny. Chechen population is about 1,200,000, 100% Sunni Muslim. And this is, as I told you, this is the capital of Chechnya, Grozny. Grozny means the furious, literal translation from Russian. And further on, this is the map of Chechnya. Chechnya is really, really small. It's about 6,000 square miles probably. But being such a small territory, it has a vast variety of cultural differences and other beautiful landscapes. This is the city where I'm coming from. It's not even a city, it's a town basically. 30,000 people are living in it, but it's a good place to live. So I flew about 17 hours from that place to Sioux Falls. It's pretty far away, as you understand. And by the way, the music that you hear is a national Chechen music. I'm going to use a lot of words like national and Chechen because everything here is national and Chechen, so please don't judge me for that too. This is the president of Chechnya, Ramzan Kadyrov. He's really respected among folks. As you may see, he's wearing the same costume that I'm wearing. This is a national costume of Chechens. I'll tell later about the special features of it so far. This is the meeting with President Dmitry Medvedev. This is also a young dance performer. That's why where you see the president's close to people or not. This is a day of knowledge, the 1st September, the first day of school in Chechnya. And this guy, you gotta know him. Our president is a boxer too, and a couple years ago Tyson was in Moscow, so he invited him to Chechnya. He responded to that positively. Alright, let's go a little bit, a brief history overview of Chechnya. This is an ancient Chechen warrior. We're a pretty ancient nation. About 4,000 years before Christ can be traced the roots of Chechens in the history. In the middle, there's my mom. It's about 1968 in her national costume. And the third picture is a dance performer in the dancing ensemble. These are, as you guessed, the Russian flag and the coat of arms of the country and the republic. The coat of arms is obviously as you see, just the eagle with two heads, double-headed eagle, what we call it, with 3 crowns, and the St. George, the dragon slayer in the middle. I'm not really sure that there's a specific background behind these colors, but that's what we have. This is a Chechen flag and a Chechen coat of arms with 2 towers in the middle. One is an ancient dwelling tower, the other is the oil mining tower. Chechnya is the oldest oil mining region in Russia. This is wall. This is another unofficial symbol of Chechens. People associate themselves with wall because it's the most persistent and one of the bravest animals in the wildlife. So this is an unofficial symbol of Chechnya. Somehow it appeared to be. This is the Russian currency starting from 10 rubles and up to 5,000 rubles. As I indicated, the exchange rate is about 32 rubles equal to $1. Not that good, but not that bad as in other countries, trying to catch up. These are the most, all the banknotes that you can make in Russia. So 5,000 rubles is about $240 maybe. Alright, the Chechens, the original dancing nation. These pictures show you the ancient dwelling towers and the dancing couple. There are two types of these dwelling towers, the military ones obviously and the living ones. The structure of the dwelling tower is usually a three-story building. The first one is for cattle and livestock and those household appliances. And the second one is for, honestly, obviously living. And the third one is for guests. It's somewhere here probably, over there. It's the best floor, and in Chechen culture, hospitality is a really important thing. So basically, a guest is a king in the Chechen culture. This is a military one. You see how invulnerable it is and how hard it would be to reach that one if someone was in that high mountains. It's called in Chechen Bao. Maybe sound like a shot, but that's what it's called. There are a lot of them standing in mountains. They're pretty much damaged because of the wars we had and the bombings of the Russian forces, but they're still resisting. And the way they're being built is still unknown. I mean, there's no cement that time, but the North Caucasus being a highly seismic region, and these guys are still standing, that shows that they're being built pretty properly. This is a closer one, and this is the first floor. They're really huge. They maybe look like not big, but inside they're big. This is another environmental outstanding spot in Chechnya. It's the mountain lake Kazinoy, which literally translates as the Cold War spot. It's absolutely pure and a beautiful place to visit. It's really cold, but it's a really good place to visit. I promise, I've been there. It's covered with mountains around, so there's no waves on the lake itself. And this, because of that, it was the USSR's Olympic rowing team's camp till the wars that we had. This is another view of that lake. Okay, Chechnya being a nation of pretty not big population, we've been in many tragedies throughout the history of the nation, like the Caucasian War, like for instance World War I, World War II. There are a lot of Chechens participating in that. So these events made good conditions for heroes, and there are a lot of them. So I'm going to talk about a couple of them. This is Versengur Benoevsky, the legendary Chechen warrior during the Caucasian War in the 19th century. He didn't have an eye, a leg, and a hand, but being about 55 years old and being tied to his horse, he fought in the fights, and he's highly respected among folks in Chechnya. Also in the First World War I, there being, look, you gotta know that there's an Iron Division in the Kaiser Germany, which cracked everything literally on its way. And the Wild Division, which was formed by the Russian Tsar forces, there are a lot of Chechens in it, and this division literally cracked that guy. So it's also a famous division, which is pretty much a big thing in Russian history. This is the General Tamerlan, who was the leader of that Wild Division. He's also really respected in Chechnya. Along with being a general, he was a big manufacturer also. And this is Volodya Isaitov, a pretty far relative of mine. He's the only Soviet military who was being awarded the Legion of Merit Award. After the when the World War II was about to end up, he's the first to meet with the U.S. forces in Germany, in Elba, in Torgau city. You gotta know that too, Luke.
Torgau, I know everything.
Yes, I haven't been there either, but that's after meeting with Alexander Poling, American general. This horse was a gift of the Russian Nobel Prize-winning writer Mikhail Sholokhov. He gave his horse to him, and a little bit later on, he was awarded that medal. That's, you see in a lot of medals and awards. This is the process of awarding itself going on in Elba, near the Elba River. And this is the monument for him in Grozny. This is another Ambassador Radilov, also the World War II hero. He is known for destroying 1,000 enemies just on his own. And this is the picture that you must have seen in many history books. And that guy was trying to fix up the flag as this guy, Abdul Hakim Ismailov. He's also from Chechnya. So, I mean, there are a lot of things which were going on that time. Chechens were participating. And after that, when the war was going on, there was a deportation of the Chechen nation, not only Chechen nation, by Stalin, and about 300 people died in Siberia. This is the tragedy itself going on. People are put in the train and which really made forced to leave the place where they lived for all their lives. And this village was burned out. Also a really big tragedy in the Chechen history. Why I'm talking about it is because I can't dismiss it. It's like the Turkish genocide of Armenians, or the same with Jews, Holocaust. It's the same for us, really important part. Alright, and in 1994, unfortunately, we had the Independence War, and I'll show you the pictures. In 1999 was the Second War also, and also the pictures which were taken after the war, and now how the Grozny, the capital of Chechnya, looks like that. This is the, in Falls, it's called the Three Jerks Monument. It's a really popular place for a meeting, and this, the left side shows up the pictures which were after the war, and the other one is today. So for like 4 or 5 years, this kind of change can be seen in Chechnya now. It's a big success, I would say. This is the central part of Grozny, now how it looks like that, and not really a nice picture here. This is the airport of Grozny, and the center prospect. Other really popular prospect of peace nowadays, and what was that time? This is also a comparison that you can make. This is the administration of Grozny, and the mass media house where my sister works. It's a really fancy building inside. The center of Grozny, you see how people trying to go on to cross the road. That's literally, I lived in Chechnya at that time too, so I know how it was. It was really, really not fun, guys. So the central prospect, the church, which was devastated during the war, now how it looks, you see. And this is also one of the central prospects. Before it was the Lenin prospect, now it's the Kadyrov prospect, first president of Chechnya, who was killed in 2004. Or 2003, sorry. That's the mosque. I'll talk about it later. It's also a really, really, you know, this is a kind of overview of the center of downtown of Grozny. This is the heart of Chechnya, the biggest mosque in Europe. It's being built in 2007. 10,000 people can pray in it simultaneously. So, also a thing you must see when you're in Russia sometimes. It's really beautiful, the night picture. And it has these fancy fountains with different colors, and at night it's just gorgeous. To even just passing that place, you can't just miss it. This is the inside of the mosque. I've taken those pictures. This is the brand new Ahmad Arena Stadium, which was finished just before my departure to the US, and 35,000 seats stadium. This is a residency for the soccer team of Chechnya, Terek. Terek is the biggest river in Chechnya, so the team is named after that. This is the grand opening of the stadium, the fans of the team. And those stars were visiting the capital of Chechnya during the opening, Maradona and the Brazil team.
Figo.
You know them probably, most of them. Welcome to Grozny. If you ever managed to come to Russia, you know that Russia is a really, really cold country. Chechnya has a really mild climate. It's a must-to-see place, honestly. Bless you, that's true. This is another famous sportsman of Chechnya who started sports. He's a triple Golden Olympic champion, Boisar Seyti. He's also a kind of national hero because he's the 5th person for the history of wrestling to do that kind of things in sport. This is him, as you see. His brother is also a Sydney Olympics champion, so the family of champions, basically. With present after the Beijing Olympics. This is the soccer team of Chechnya. They're not doing really well these times. I don't know why. We're having some clashes with their coach. Probably that's the reason. Okay, the society. This is, Chechen society has a really, really strong honor codes. For instance, the first one, which regulates the public order, is if someone commits a murder or a rape, which is a really, really rare case, the victim's relatives have an undisputed right to kill that person, and no one will tell them anything. So that's why people are kept within those borders. And if a woman, God save anyone from doing that, is killed, the victim's relatives can kill 2 men for a woman. So that's how we respect and appreciate women. This is my family, you know, and kind of difference between those times and today. My mom, my father, my brother, and my nephews and sister. Kind of a lot of difference because everything changes. Okay, the national costume. This is my mom, this is me. I'll tell you later about this. I have some interesting questions for you. This is a cold Bertha. It's a woolen kind of coat. It's really, really handy, but it's really big, so that's why I couldn't bring it, and I'm sorry for that. But that's how it looks. You just literally put it on, and it's really warm, and it doesn't absorb water either, so you can wear it even in winter, and any weather is alright for that kind of coat. This is the wild version of this hat. It's called, well, the Russians call it papaha, but we call it kuy. It's made of sheepskin. It's really warm, and it's also considered to be kind of the men's headwear in the Chechen culture. And that one is Tamerlan Ibaev, the famous dancer, wearing this kind of. These are the kinjals, which I'm wearing here now too. This is also an essential part of Chechen culture. And of course, in the wartime, there are bigger ones, but this one was worn all the time when the man gets out in the people, well, somewhere. That's how they look. They're really, among being weapons, they're really, really beautiful as usually. And that's the belt, which I'm wearing here too. Alright, a short quiz on Chechen culture. I hope that those questions are not too hard for you. Why is it considered very dishonorable for a Chechen to sting with the sword instead of making a cutting kit? Does anyone have any guess for that question? I have a prize for that. What do you want? Yeah. No?
Bullets.
Huh?
Bullets.
No bullets. We didn't use bullets at all. Alright, no, let me tell you. That's basically because of this weak medicine. When you make a stinging hit, a person has more chances to die. And if you make a cutting hit, you just defeat him. So instead of making this kind of hit, you just, instead of making those, you just cut him down. And
show us with your...
I'll tell you one thing more. Also, there's a thing in the Chechen culture, you couldn't take out your sword unless you're 100% sure you're going to make an action. If you're not going to do that, when you take it out, you have to do something.
So if you
take kind of prevention for not using this for... to intimidate your opponent or something like that. Okay, what for were these things used before? Any guess? Many people ask me today. I told them I'll tell you later.
Cigarettes.
Yes. No. That's it. Huh?
Protection.
No.
Medicine?
What?
Medicine?
No. Not really.
No.
It's really, really handy things for. No guess, right? Look, even you? I expected a lot of guesses from you. Okay, these things were used before that time. There were not the fire guns that are used today. People used flint pistols. So these are were the cases for gunpowder. Really handy, and you could keep your powder. Oh, sorry for that. I'm really sorry. Handy to take it out and put in your pistol and dry. So that's the reason why they use it. Now it's just a decoration. I'm not using a flint pistol. Okay, why were the Chechens called in the 19th century by a great French writer, the French of the Caucasus, after visiting Chechnya? He called us the French of the Caucasus. No guesses again?
Revolution, maybe? Independence, sort of kind of thing?
Pretty close, but a little bit. Go on.
I want the prize.
Huh?
I want the prize. I don't know, I have no idea.
Really? Well, it's just because of the stately-looking men and women, and the strict honor codes we had, and the relationships we kept between us. You have a prize, you said relationship. Okay, why was it instilled as a tradition today for a Chechen couple near a river spot, wherever, a spring or a lake or something like that?
It's romantic.
Yeah, that's it. Huh?
The water has a symbolic meaning.
Yeah, it does. But what kind of meaning?
For good life.
Temporary life.
You're close, Jordan. It's just, it's sad that water cleans off all the dirt that it can be somewhere else, and your wood all becomes pure. That's the reason. But it's not a must to do thing. You just, what is similar between the Native Americans and the Chechens? You gotta know that, guys. They're Americans.
Your deportation.
No. You can deport them, they're still here.
No, we moved them.
Oh
We
yeah,
moved
that's
them
right.
up.
That's one thing. Yeah, you got a prize too. But the true meaning is that respect for nature. We really respect nature too. They did it too, so that's the thing.
I have a
Okay,
question.
Chechen food. What kind of question?
Do you hug trees?
Hot trees?
Hug please.
Yeah,
no.
as Native
No,
Americans.
we don't do that. No. Okay, I gotta admit that Chechen cuisine is not really rich, but the quality of the dishes we have, it just compensates that promise. I know that really well. This is jijigonish. Jijigonish means literally meat and pastries. That's how it's made. It's the corn flour, and it can be made with beef, either lamb or chicken. I love the first two. So you see how the process is going on. I'm not going to talk a lot about that because you know it's going to take time. But when it's done, it looks like that. You have these pastries, the meat, and the mashed garlic bouillon, and it's really tasty. I miss it a lot.
No, you should eat them.
This is chepogish, baked cakes with curds and onions. My mom cooks them the best in the world, and I miss it really much too. So basically, they're baked for a couple of minutes and served with butter, with dairy butter usually. How they look when they're done, ready to use, ready to go. This is hingosh. It's all kind of the sweet version of the first ones. So you just put mashed pumpkin inside of them, and they have those half-moon patterns. It's really sweet and tasty, and just you know those words tell me how I miss it. Okay, this is a corn flour bread, Cisco. It smells and tastes fantastically also. The very common differences between the US and Russia, what do you think there are? Huh? Oh, really? Thanks for it.
Surprises?
Okay, let's get it started. You'll never ever see milk or juice in plastic jugs in Russian grocery stores. They're all the time in those kind of bags. All the time. You can't see it in Russia. I was really like, what's that in plastic? We sell chemicals in plastic bags. Alright, bread and milk, when you buy it in Russia, it goes bad within 3 days. Here, it just stays forever. You can go to Europe and come back, your milk and bread is ready for your breakfast. Literally. My bread is, you know, it's just, back in Russia it looks like that after 3 days, wherever you keep it.
Yeah.
That's what I was surprised to see. Okay, all classes in Russian colleges last for 1 hour and 30 throughout the country, but basically the difference is, you know, equals to 0. We have 45-minute classes in high school, so I was pretty glad to have the same here, honestly. Okay, and all books in Russian colleges and universities are for free, no money for a whole semester in the library. Here, it's about from 300 to 1,000 and so on. That's pretty much it. And finally, for those who are pretty much concerned about that, the drinking age is 18 years. Please visit us, you have a lot of things to do that you can do here legally. Okay, the Chechens, the utensils, musical instruments, and dances. This is the national wool carpet Iskender, handmade and handcrafted. This one at my home in Chechnya. This was made by my grandmother. It's made with using the national, obviously, patterns, and it's wool carpet. And the color makers are also, obviously, natural ones without any chemicals. That's how they look. It's about 120 years old, this one. Yeah, this is the most common utensil that Chechens used before the contemporary times. It's called khaba, and shun is tray, and small khaba, obviously. This is a national craftsman making the instrument of Chechens, dechik banda. Literally, it means the wooden guitar. And I will tell you how it looks. I will show you. You know, he does even a lot of them with the patterns also in the Chechen decoration. That's how the ready products look like. And this is the really, really big genius of that. Hold on a second, please. Okay. Let's listen to it. That's how it sounds like. They're really, really good at it. much to think about this Chechen plunder. Before the introduction of steel, these strings of this instrument were made of the goat's intestine, and it gave you a really, really natural sound, a mild sound, which sounded what we called it the Chechen soul sound. All right, then going. Yeah. This is the Chechen national dance, Lizginka. It reflects as an old cultures, the spirit of the nation, the way they behave, and probably the way how they act. And we're called the hot-blooded people of North Caucasus because we're really hot. I mean, not in terms of being beautiful, but we're really hot. So I will show you here. This is a national dancing ensemble in action. It's called Vaynakh, which also can be translated as our people. You see, and they are using those wild hats too, and all those things that I have in mind today. That's also the way they, but it's not Chechen dance, it's just a performance. This is a junior version of that. You see how that guy is shouting or screaming with his big eyes? That's the way the energy just flows out of his body. It's a young couple dancing. And this is Mahmoud Ibaev. This is a record of 1960s. After that, I'll show you a short clip, which would let you see the difference that was at that time and now in the dances. So, please. Where's the sound? He was a worldly known dancer, not only Chechen. Obviously you can't do it before marriage at all, so dances take place like this. If you touch a girl, you have to marry her. Your relatives will make you do that. Seriously.
You better don't touch.
It may seem like not democratic for you, but those are the rules, unwritten rules which keep the society in a consistency. He didn't touch her, no. I know that. Because in that area, if it does that, no way.